What's going on, you guys? Today we're learning the legendary grunge song Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. Real quick before we get into it, I would like to ask that if you find this guitar tutorial helpful, that you please consider subscribing. That would really mean the world to me. Now let's get into it. You were watching Logan's Lessons. Oh, and the one other thing I wanted to mention is that this tutorial is covering all of the electric guitar parts. That's including the solo, the lead line, everything that's played on the electric guitar. If you want to learn the rhythm that's played on acoustic, I'm making another tutorial on that song, which you can find up here. The main lead line for this song starts out with our middle finger on the 9th fret of the G string. We're going to pick that downwards. Right after that, we're going to place our third finger, our ring finger, on the 9th fret of the B string, B as in boy. Now, our third finger is going to be there. We're going to pick that upwards. So, you go back and forth between the 9th fret of your G string and the 9th fret of your B string 4 times. Then we place our index finger on the 8th fret of the G string. We go between the 8th fret of your G string and the 9th fret of our B string. Our third finger just stays in the same place twice. So far we have. Then we have this thing, which we're going to do by keeping our index finger on the 8th fret of the G string, but hammering onto the 9th fret of the G with our middle finger. After we get there, we do a down-up pick, like that. Do that with me? And that happens twice. Okay, do that with me. So the entire lead line will sound like this. And that repeats. Do that with me. Again. And that gets us into the chorus. Now in the chorus, the acoustic guitars play through the chord progression twice before we come in. But once we come in, we start on an E major chord. To play an E major chord, we're going to place our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, our third finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and our index finger on the 1st fret of the G string. We're really just going to pick the top 3 strings, but you want your index finger there on the G string just in case you hit the G string as well. You just strum it down softly once. Then we go to like a C sharp minor chord, but with the 5th in the lowest position. So it's a second inversion C sharp minor chord. To do that, we're going to bar across all of the strings on the 4th fret, most importantly the E, the A, the D, and the G strings. Then our third finger is going to be on the 6th fret of the D string, and our pinky finger on the 6th fret of the G. Now, optionally, you can put your middle finger on the 5th fret of the B string. That would be a proper C minor chord, or C sharp minor chord, sorry, excuse me. But really what we're gonna be doing is just strumming the low 4 strings, the E, the A, the D, and the G. You don't really wanna hit the B in this guitar part. Okay, so we have this E major, C sharp minor, second inversion. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the G sharp major chord, which we're keeping the bar across the 4th fret of all of the strings. Then our third finger is going to be placed on the 6th fret of the A string, so you're moving that third finger up a string. Your pinky is also going to come up a string to the 6th fret of your D string, and your middle finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the G. You play that once, and then you play an A major chord, which is just this slid up 1 fret. So that first, well, technically it's the third line of the chorus, but the first line that we play on the electric guitar will sound like this. The second time through, we're using similar chords. It changes at the end, but we're doing a different strumming pattern. We're going to do 4 down strums per chord, and they're kind of going to escalate. They're going to crescendo throughout this second line that we're playing. Then here, instead of going to the G sharp major chord, we're going to go straight to the A major. So you have the E major, C sharp, to A major. Then we go to an A minor, which we just need to make sure that this index finger is barring and we take off our middle finger. That's all that needs to change. Okay, so we have And right here we go to the C sharp minor chord again, but this time make sure that you have your middle finger down on the 5th fret of the B string. And we're just gonna strum it out. Okay, so far we have. And then right here, we go to a B major. The B major is like the A major, just slid up 2 more frets, so your index finger is going to be barring across the 7th fret of all of your strings. Your 3rd finger is going to be on the 9th fret of the A string, your pinky finger on the 9th fret of the D string, and your middle finger on the 8th fret of the G. Down strum it 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's the end of the chorus. Now let me play the entire chorus for you. Now after the first chorus, we go straight back into the verse, which is the same as the first verse. We're just playing the lead line. But after the second chorus, we go into the solo. So right after that B major chord, we get into the solo. We're going to start with the unison bend with our 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string and our index finger on the 7th fret of the B. Then right there, what we do is we hit the G string while it's up 4 more times, and we let it back down. Hit the 7th fret of the G string, and then the 9th fret of the D. Then we hit the 7th fret of the G string again, and then the 9th fret again. So it'll sound like this. Make sure you have that syncopated rhythm. You don't want to hit the 9th fret right away. Okay, do that with me one more time. Right after that, we hit the 7th fret of the B string, and then the 10th fret of the B string. You do that twice. Down, up, picking pattern. So in context. Then right there, what we do is we hit the 10th fret again, and slide up to the 12th fret. Then we hit the 10th fret of the high E string, the 12th fret of the high E string, and then you bend the 12th fret of the high E string up. And you do that bend up, you hit it 4 times. Okay, so we have this. Okay, now in context. Do that with me. So after that solo, you have another lead line, another chorus, and another lead line, which is the outro. And that, my friends, is how you play Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. If you have a song request, comment it or DM me. If you wish to be notified of future videos, hit that bell. I sincerely hope that you are well. Please do me a favor and hit that like button blue. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe too. I hope this video has been a blessing. You've been watching Logan's Lessons.